I seriously do not know what the hell is going on with Terry Crews, but he, I, I'm convinced more than ever that he's doing everything his power, with little power that he does have, to try to remain as relevant as he possibly can by doing little things to try and piss people off. Like we've seen this same song and dance before from other people, but he's taking it overboard. So everybody knows, of the word coon and cooning and everything like that. And this right now, right here, proves more than ever that he has seen us call him that, and not just us, but just a lot of people in general. Because he took a word that should be considered to be an insult, one of the biggest insults that a black person can be referred to as, and tried to turn it into a positive thing. So in case y'all haven't heard, Terry Loose Screws Crews has took the word coon and made up his own acronym with that word. I'm gonna read the article and wait till you hear what he referred to it as. Terry Crews remains undeterred by the torrential downpour of criticism he's gotten in the past month for renouncing the BLM movement and saying it could lead us into a state of quote unquote black supremacy. See, he's basically speaking the words that white people want to hear because they've been saying that for years. The 51-year-old America's Got Talent host logged onto Twitter on Wednesday, July 28th, 2020, to try to put a positive spin on a word that he has been called by many fellow black Americans this year. The hate directed at Crews also emanates from not backing former AGT host Gabrielle Union and for admonishing blacks to focus more on black crime instead of police brutality. Therefore, to show that the word quote unquote coon and all of its negative connotations can be flipped to represent something positive, Crews came up with this statement on Twitter. Conquer our own negativity. That's what he refers to as coon in his eyes. That's what he gave. I wonder how long it took for him to come up with that. Needless to say, Crews' phrase was not received very well by the vast majority of the respondents, and they fired back at the muscular Brooklyn Nine-Nine actor with a relentless aplomb. One person said Kanye must be off today. Another person said Terry Crews just made up an acronym for coon, put 2020 in rice. Someone else said, we the black delegation trade Terry Crews to the southernmost continent of Antarctica for one penguin. One fan questioned why Crews would even contemplate using such a word. Sir, have you looked at the acronym of your message, thought, movement? I love your work and family values, but do not agree with you on some of your stances, but this acronym is not you. It's an outdated term used to tear each other down. Crews quickly responded to the Twitter follower, I agree that word is horrible, but I've learned to catch the lemons thrown at you make lemonade. They make lemon bars. Make a lemon scented hand sanitizer, sell the rinds and the spice out for barbecue lemon pepper wings, and take the seeds and grow more lemon trees. What the fuck is he talking about? See, this is what you call a dumbass who's trying to sound philosophical. Let me continue. Crews' rationale for using coon in a tweet hardly helped to abate the trampling he's getting on social media platform, however. Someone said this is the only explanation of this, and they put a picture of Judge Mathis pretending like he's smoking out of his gavel. Somebody else said, you really tried to make coon into something, ain't it? Someone said, somebody changed Terry Crews' batteries because he's bugging. Another respondent mocked Crews with his acronym, cursing out offensive N-words, go to hell, hashtag Terry Crews. Someone said, people have got to stop giving Terry Crews the attention. Just stop it. It says, yes, stop giving Terry Crews attention. We wouldn't want Terry Crews getting any attention. No more attention for Terry Crews. Crews did have some supporters for a controversial tweet, and they only put up one example. Because I just gave you a bunch of examples of people going at his ass, but they only gave one example of someone who supported him. This person said, F the world we live in. When a tweet talking about overcoming negativity is viewed as a bad thing, these comments are proving Terry's point. And this tweet came from a person named at Helen Votes Gold, a Karen. Well, in this case, she has a typical white woman's name, which will say a Helen. Typical that they would back that up because that's the only reason they'll back that narrative up, because many of them back up dumb shit anyway. If you don't believe me, look at Terrence K. Williams' Twitter page and look at all the dumb shit he does, all the cooned out shit he does, and all the stuff they claim is so goddamn hilarious. It's like watching a full-blown minstrel show, like a for real vaudeville act in 2020. But Terry Crews needs to take his lumpy, crunch bar head, little Bill looking ass and sit the fuck down somewhere with all these little antics that he has going on. Like, he really exposed himself. I don't know if he's trying to play to get a part in Hollyweird when Hollyweird officially opens back up after this quarantine, whatever you want to call it, that we are in. But I don't think this is really going to help whatsoever. Like, it seems like in the last month or two, this guy literally has gone on a throw black people way under the bus campaign. Every time he posts some tweet, it's always about, trying to throw us under the bus in a subliminal way while kissing pale ass along the way. Like, the reach that this man is trying, in the lengths and bounds and leaps that this man is trying to go is unreal. Like, if this was 10 years ago, I would not, I honestly say I would not have seen this coming. I would say that it's kind of like, I don't know what he's doing in some certain situations, but I never thought it would have got to this part right here where this guy literally is doing and saying all of these things to try to get the attention of a group of people that would probably feel no way for him otherwise. Remember, this is the same guy who got his junk grabbed on in front of his wife by another palm-colored male, and he didn't do shit. But he has all this smoke for black people as if we did something to him. We were the ones that backed him up and was like, look, go and try to receive your justice if that's the case. Now, yeah, there were some people that made fun of him because it's like, look, you got this big ass black dude who stays in the gym, muscles and shit, and you let this scrawny white guy grab your shit in front of your wife and you ain't do a damn thing. So that's probably as far as the clowning went. And then when you tried to take your case forward, we was like, oh, well, this is serious. I hope he actually gets the support. Who was the one that slammed the door in your face? Me too. Which is basically a bunch of palm-colored women, for the most part. But you direct your anger and your frustration and your so-called disappointment at the people that was willing to actually support you. It's amazing how all that happens. Every time something happens to a black person in Hollywood, they seem to get a little bit of traction. But then when they get the door slammed in their face, they turn around and then throw us under the bus. Look at what Nick Cannon pretty much did. He did the same thing. And wonder why they don't really get any support. I'm also at the point where if you want someone who's like a black celebrity to see how they feel about black people, let something happen to them by a white person or anyone else who isn't black, and then watch them turn around and take the shit out on us and like it's our fault.